Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. But since we are only a short few days before Halloween 2014, I figured to do another Halloween themed episode here for you. And the one I'm going to be doing for you or talking about in this video is I'm going to be discussing the classic V version of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, which is the Disney version of it, and which is actually titled in the original theatrical movie was titled The Adventures of Mr. Toad and Ichabod, referring to, of course, the main character Ichabod Crane. And it was combined. I don't remember what year it actually came out. I think maybe in the 40s, maybe in the 50s. I'm not exactly sure. I'm sure some of you out there who are watching this video, please comment and correct me with the year, because I don't even know myself and remember myself. But the Legend of Sleepy Hollow was combined with the Adventures of Mr. Toad originally, and then for sometimes over the years, particularly in the early years of the Disney Channel, when it was October and Halloween week, they would cut that movie down to just showing the story of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, and it's actually a half-hour cartoon. But like I said before, a few times already, it was combined with the Adventures of Mr. Toad in the actual theatrical movie. But any other DVD, it's not on an individual DVD or Blu-ray, unfortunately. And Disney should get off their butts and put it on a separate DVD. Especially in October, so we can enjoy it for Halloween. Anyway, the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, for those of you who don't know the story, most of you probably know it from the Fox television series. But this is the original story, or the animated version of the story. Of course, the Legend of Sleepy Hollow was written, of course, by Washington Irving. And the little town of Sleepy Hollow was supposed to be just an offshoot of Terrytown. And for a long time over the years, Terrytown was it was called Sleepy Hollow, and then it was renamed Terrytown. And it was only about 10 years ago or so, 15 years ago, it was changed back to Sleepy Hollow. And of course, with all the hoopla of the television of the Fox television series, fans flocked to Sleepy Hollow ever since, because of the TV series. Well, the animated film was, of course, based on the Washington Irving story, and was told and voiced and sung by Bing Crosby. And he did actually practically all the male voices with Bing Crosby in this film. It was only, unfortunately, Ichabod Crane was never voiced. He didn't have any speaking lines in the whole cartoon. But Brom Bones was supposed to be Ichabod's big rival. He was voiced by Bing Crosby. Of course, Bing Crosby also sang all the songs in the short. Of course, those who don't know, Ichabod Crane is supposed to be his new school teacher in Sleepy Hollow. And of course, the most popular guy in the town was Brom Bones, who was like a big, sterling guy. At least the way he was drawn in the cartoon, who was describing the story, is a big strapping guy who does all the pretty much in control of the town. And then here comes Ichabod Crane, this new guy who looks so skinny with a big nose like a stork and all that stuff, and they make fun of him because of his looks and because of his name. And Brom Bones was in Ichabod were rivals for the hand of this girl Cucina, who was like the daughter of the richest guy in the village, and she's the only heir for this guy. I mean, this guy never had any sons, so this is one daughter, and that's it. And Ichabod fell instantly in love with this girl. So at first it looks like it's implied in the film, and if you watch it closely, you can tell that Cucina is playing one guy against the other, Brom Bones and Ichabod. She's playing one against the other, pretty much. I mean, you got that impression. Because nowadays, if the film was made today, the characters in the story would call a slut and all that stuff. But not in the time the story was made, and of course when Disney made the animated version. So Bones got annoyed that looks like that she's favoring Ichabod more than him. And so what he did was, there was a scene in this party, it was like around Halloween party that Puccina's father was throwing. So he decides, and he found out by watching Ichabod that he has this little superstitious type. And so of course he used it by telling the scary story about the Headless Horseman. And of course that was a pretty good and spooky scene, especially for little kids. But until that point, it wasn't really all that much of a scary story. Because most of the stuff that's in there is like really long and drawn out filler scenes. There's one scene where Ichabod helps Puccina with a whole bunch of packages and all that stuff, and they have this whole big fight scene with Ichabod and Brom Bones, and Ichabod's always getting the best of them, always ducks or hides or all these crazy hijinks that you see in a Disney animated show at that time, and it was really long and drawn out. The other thing that was long and drawn out was in this Halloween party scene where Ichabod was dancing with Puccina the whole night. And here's Brom Bones seeing this, and he's sitting there like this, he's bored out of his mind, and he's getting angrier and angrier, seeing the girl that he has to house for dancing with his rival. And then he sees this little fat woman there, and he stares at her and says, "Hey, it's that." And she gets excited because a guy has noticed her, and that's it. Meanwhile, Brom Bones was trying to change dance partners with Puccina and this little fat woman. And then it was also a pretty long scene. And then of course there's a scene. Then after that, then you had the scene where Brom Bones is telling the story of the Headless Horseman. And after that scene, Ichabod gets skinned out of his gourd. And of course you had the whole big scene where Ichabod gets chased by the Headless Horseman. And that scene could scare the crap out of anybody. But when nowadays you look at it as kind of lame today, it's not that scary today. But if you were like 4 or 5-year-old kid watching this thing for the first time, I mean it could scare you. Because there's of course a scene, a real dark film scene, a main scene, and it was really creepy. It was really scary, especially the scene where he looks up at the moon and it looks like the two hands going over the moon, like clouds of hands flying over the moon, which was pretty nice effect, pretty cool effect for Disney animation at the time, because of course he didn't have CGI or computer animation to fall back on that. So it was really cool effect. Then you had the big chase scene, and of course the scene is if you cross a bridge, try and make it to this bridge before the Headless Horseman gets him. And that's because it has something to do with ghosts and water. Well, the thing that I can explain it better than I can is that there was an episode on YouTube of the real Ghostbusters cartoon. The cartoon is based on the Ghostbusters movie. Explaining this pretty well. They do have a scene, an episode that's based on the Headless Horseman, which I thought was one of the better episodes of the entire Ghostbusters cartoon series. And they can explain it better than I could. So Ichabod's trying to make it to this bridge, and of course the Headless Horseman chases him, and of course somehow Ichabod's horse gets turned around, and there are some hijinks during this chase, but it's a damn good chase scene. And of course there's one scene where Ichabod ends up landing on the Headless Horseman's horse, and of course the Headless Horseman of course doesn't have a head, he just has the body, and he just looks in the hole where his head's supposed to be, and all you hear is that laughter. the Headless Horseman laughed, which of course could freak some kids out when they see this for the first time. But it's really good and really effective. And of course, what happens, of course, Ichabod was missing. Nobody saw Ichabod Crane again after that. But of course, for me, it really would have been better, really would have been effective. It was actually Bob Bones playing that, the Headless Horseman to scare Ichabod. And I think it would have been better. Or at least better. I know this was actually the end of the actual story because I never read the actual Washington Irving story, so I really can't compare the two. But I think it was really good if it's found out that Bob Bones was playing the Headless Horseman to scare the crap out of Ichabod, probably even kill Ichabod, so he could have Katrina. I think it would have been better, or a better story, or at least more predictable. Probably a little bit more predictable story. If that was actually the case, but I think it would have been better that way, and I think it would have enjoyed the story better if it was that. If that was the angle that was portrayed in the cartoon, and of course the actual story, that Bob Bones was the Headless Horseman, and he did that at first to scare him, but figured, let me kill him so I can have Katrina. Unfortunately, they didn't go that way, and then he disappeared, and then Katrina married Bob Bones, and of course there was a rumor that Ichabod hooked up with a wealthy widow in another county. And of course, people didn't believe that nonsense because they knew that he got spirited away by the Headless Horseman. And of course, Bing Crosby, of course, throughout the whole thing, had all the lines. Pretty much, he says, "I'm getting out of here," and that's how that show ended. But in terms of there were very few cartoons. No, I mean they're Halloween themed. They're really scary, and this is one of them, and it's quite effective for Disney at the time, and to me it's real effective today too. But unfortunately, I don't know if the Disney Channel even to this day is. I know back during the early '90s, when Disney Channel first came on, I think it started coming on in the late '80s. The Disney Channel came on the scene in like the late '80s, and for a long time they used to show this, show the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. But unfortunately, I don't think they show it anymore. They're more interested in showing those live action teen comedies than they are going back and showing cartoons on their history. Because they might show like the updated cartoons and whatever updated cartoons they have, like the 3D animated stuff, and then going back to the classic cartoons that they were known for. Well, I know that previously I did a review of the Disney Halloween Treat Show, and of course the cartoon that was the real Halloween cartoon with Donald Duck fighting over Rich, which ended the Disney Halloween Treat Show. I think that is on YouTube as well. I'm not sure. I think it was. I found it once. I don't know if I can find it again. But in terms of the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, if the Disney cartoon version is on YouTube, I suggest you check it out, and then you can watch it and say, see how good of a video that this thing is, because it is really one of the best Halloween themed cartoon shows that's actually physically scary on all levels, but not so much anymore because you don't want to scare kids anymore, unfortunately. That's what Halloween is all about, scaring kids. So that's my review of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Please feel free to rate the cartoon and feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. Thanks for watching, and catch you next time, and please check out my other videos as well. Catch you next time.